Luke Holmesby here, bringing you your Thursday football news. And we start at Hawthorn, where coach Alastair Clarkson has fronted the cameras for the first time since abusing a junior umpire's official on Sunday. Clarkson was banned for 4 games by the South Metro Football League and was unconditional in his apology.
I acknowledge my role in it was inappropriate. My misconduct and the manner that I spoke to him was certainly out of line, and I made that apology publicly on both Monday and Tuesday, and then again last night with Thomas. Humiliating experience for both myself and Thomas, and one that was created in a sense because of my inappropriate behaviour.
Not surprisingly, former Hawthorn president Jeff Kennett has weighed into the debate surrounding Clarkson's behaviour and has said he would extend the penalty to include a week off his duties with the Hawks. But Clarko does have his supporters.
Listen, I know Alastair Clarkson, the man, and he does everything with the best of intentions, and we've got to understand that situation was a situation he's obviously one that he should take himself out of. He's actually trying to help the young umpire there. So, I know the full story, a lot of people don't. He's an outstanding individual, an outstanding bloke, a good mate of mine, and I've got no doubt that people are quite often bring out the bad things in people, but this guy does a lot for our game, a lot for our community.
When talk turned to on-field matters, Clarkson said the Hawks were yet to make a decision on whether Luke Hodge would play his first senior game since the round 6 win over St Kilda.
We think it's going to take a 3 to 4 week process to get him back in the type of match condition to be able to run out games well, and if then we can get sort of 3 or 4 home and away games prior to the finals for him to be getting into some sort of form and continuity with just playing from week to week, then we think that'd be ideal.
The Hawks take on an injury-riddled Essendon this week, with Stewart Crameri a chance to miss with tightness in his hamstring.
After our injuries this year, I'm not keen to play guys who are tight and a bit sore, so we'll have to get him through without any tightness today if he plays tomorrow. No doubt we'll probably name him and see where we go from there.
In better news for the Bombers, Jason Wendell could make his return to senior football 15 months after undergoing a knee reconstruction, while Elliot Kavanagh could be in line for a senior debut.
But Elliot's deserved his game. He's been fantastic in the reserves for the last probably 6 weeks, consistently got better. So, yeah, depending on what happened with some other guys, we'd be keen to give him a run.
Ahead of GWS's clash with Collingwood, professional pot stirrer Kevin Sheedy says the Giants are back in the race for Travis Cloke.
It's not often a team has a player off contract and they fly him for us to come and actually see him. I think that's pretty generous of Collingwood. I really enjoy that. So if he doesn't sign a contract, I reckon there's a few clubs out there, and we definitely have to look at him, because we just can't sit there on our hands if he doesn't come to terms. Not that smart of Collingwood to bring him up here and let everybody in Sydney have a look at him. It'd be like bringing Tony Lockett or Barry Hall.
Richmond coach Damien Hardwick is under no illusions about the importance of Saturday night's game against Carlton. The Tigers and the Blues sit 1 game apart from each other, with both in the hunt for a spot in the final 8.
And you'd say the remaining 5 games, elimination finals, is also, so it's an important game, there's no doubt about it. Both us and Carlton are vying for that 7th, 8th position, so it's going to be an important game, but there's still a lot of football to be played, but we've got to put our best foot forward on Saturday night and come out with the points, there's no doubt about that.
Hardwick was reminded about his team's 8-game losing streak to Carlton, but said it was irrelevant ahead of Saturday night.
Sorry, the losing streak?
To Carlton?
Look, not really. You don't really think about those sort of elements of the game. All we're going to worry about is the side we put out in the park on the weekend and get some things right. Like, we probably struggled a little bit in the stoppage situation. They're very much a stoppage-dominated side, but that's something we've rectified this year, and we're actually one of the better sides in the competition. So, look, the closeness of the contest will come out, I think, on Saturday night.
The top of the table Swans are set to welcome back hard-nut midfielder Luke Parker for this Saturday night's clash with Gold Coast at Metricon Stadium.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Luke Parker trains well today and gets through training, we'll probably name him in the squad. So, he's been doing everything we've asked of him the last few weeks. Obviously, he spent a period of time out of the team, but we've been keen to get him in and get him back into senior football.
But the news wasn't as good for another key player.
Shane Mumford won't play this week, so we're hoping it's just a 1-weeker, but we'll have to see how he responds next week at training. We just, with our fingers crossed, it's just the 1 week.
Brisbane's Ben Hudson has responded to complaints from Eagle Nick Natanui that opposition ruckmen were using illegal means to block his run at hitouts. Natanui pointed to recent tactics used by the Sydney Swans, predicting Hudson would try a similar strategy when the 2 teams meet on Sunday.
half his life if it works. I'm old, and I can't jump, and I've just had a kid, so hopefully the umpires can look after me as well.
So that's what's making news on afl.com.au today. Keep clicking back for tonight's team announcements and all the footy news from around the country.